tell you this story of the chickens and the trees. The chickens in the trees for us come from this space of what we call indigenization of the mind. Indigenization of the mind simply means being able to go deep into your subconscious, which defines almost everything we do, by the way. Say 98% of what we do is defined by the subconscious. And in that subconscious, we have the stored ancestral information. Normally we don't tap it because we are so busy and so distracted by everything that we forget about the greatest wealth of intellect, which is the indigenous intellect. Starting with understanding the world from the perspective of those we are relating to. Remember what I said about regeneration? It's a way of being, knowing, relating, understanding, working. And so as we think of that relationship to those other living systems on the planet, as working with them as part of a food system, which is what we are here for, we have to first understand the world from their perspective. Chicken is a jungle fowl. You don't have to go very far, but about 17,000 years ago, the chicken came into our lives and started to get domesticated, but it never lost its origins from the jungles of Southeast Asia. And from there, you can get a really clear blueprint of how the chicken sees the world, what affects them, what stresses them, what relaxes them, what affects their immunological resistance to diseases, what makes them sick, how all of it, even how they choose food, because all of us living organisms have this ability to understand when we are eating nutritious food. We have lost a lot of it as humans because we are too bombarded with all kinds of fake stuff, like things that mask the real nature of food. Animals have that instinct really, really developed and preserved. And so even with all this 17,000+ years of domestication, you put a chicken out there and it will go straight for very specific geoevolutionary traits, as we call them. We have gone deep into understanding not only how we can indigenize the process of and build the indigenous intellect so that we can grab that 95% that we normally miss as we engineer and develop this science and technology, but also understanding that we are doing this for the purpose of, in this case, transforming an industry sector, the poultry sector. What are we going to do now? Well, we are here because we want to launch what we want it to be, the leading regenerative poultry company in this country, and we want to excite everyone to transform at least 5% of the 31 billion poultry industry and transform it into a replicable, regenerative poultry system that is good for us, for the animals, and for the planet. And this is the code by which we do that at any scale this country and the world is willing to support. We will regenerate. We will transcend all of those limitations that we have imposed on ourselves